Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
Are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today we have college basketball. Obviously, we're not going to cover that. We have an okay hockey slate. I believe 6 games, and we have 8 games in the NBA. So we have a decent slate to go over. I've already moved on 4 hockey games. I have not moved on any NBA yet. I do have it capped today, so I'm going to be back in action in the NBA. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. One right, one wrong in the world of sports betting. Looking at yesterday's games, I broke the streak for the first time since last Sunday. This Sunday, I was profitable. The NFL has continued to be actually really strong for me so far this season. Heading into, let me find my exact record. Heading into tonight's game, I am 139, 143, 139 and 9, up 6.33 units in the NFL so far this season. So, and my unit size is 0.7 units per NFL bet. So that's really nice. Dallas, Carolina over 43 pushed on that interception return for a touchdown. They missed the extra point. Yeah. Cleveland Browns money line got the job done, which canceled out the -4 I bet earlier in the week. Detroit Lions -7. They almost lost outright. They end up scoring a couple of times late in the game to win. The Houston Texans -4 gets the job done. The Raiders +14. I had a lot of criticism over that pick. I almost took some Dolphins team total under too, which would have hit as well. The money line comes a little short, but that was a 1/10 of a unit sprinkle at +660. How about them Giants? Team total over 13.5. Cashed in the second quarter. They almost put the full game over by themselves. The over 39 comes through as well. Green Bay, Las Vegas under 44 was a winner. Tennessee +7 and +255 were not my best work. New York, Buffalo under 39.5, never in doubt. No sweat on that game there. Vikings +110, unfortunately, was a heartbreaking loser, but the first half under, full game under comes through. They do cover the 2.5 for the Cappers contest. And for the Cappers contest this week, Ravens on Thursday night, dub. Browns, dub. Texans -4, dub. Raiders +13.5, dub. Vikings +2.5, dub. Clean sweep of the Punch Sports Radio contest. I'm now tied for 7th in that contest. I think I'm like 4 or 5 points behind Guillermo Ziccucci for first place with what we have 8 weeks left. So fighting at the end here. I'm 8-1-1 in my last 10 picks in the Pub Source Radio contest. So trying to remember who the one lone loser was. I think it was the damn Panthers. Damn Panthers. But no, it was the Bills. My bad. Yeah. So overall, up 2.69 units in the NFL, 9-6-1. College basketball went 4-3. Utah Valley got the day started +2 at the winner. Boise State got blown out, so that was a loser. Xavier Musketeers +4.5. They went outright, cashed a 195 as well with that. St. Louis Billikens +4.5 was a loser. +160 was a loser as well. UC Santa Barbara -20.5 was a winner. So overall 4-3, up 0.56 units in college basketball. Off to a good start there. I believe I'm up 2.5 units in college basketball, half units per play. NHL continues to struggle, 0-2-1. I was lucky to get the push with the Maple Leafs yesterday, but the Blue Jackets do not come through. Neither do the Blackhawks. So 0-2-1, down 2 units in the NHL. Hopefully the NHL will start to turn around. And finally, and I'm so glad I saved this for last, the CFL.
It's over. Yay.
It ended on an amazing note. It ended on an awesome note. +8, Montreal Alouettes. +310, Moneyline Alouettes. And the team total over 19.5. A perfect 3-0 up 2.13 units. The Montreal Alouettes are your Grey Cup champions. And ECU's own Tyler Snead is a Grey Cup champion. It was so much fun watching that game. That was just drama until the last second, literally, because the Alouettes scored with 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter to take that lead. Phil Pott with a nice little route and a touchdown there. Also, it was set up on by a third and I think it was a 3rd and 5 with the game on the line, and Fajardo launches the ball 25 yards down the field and completes it. So very bold play call there that led to the touchdown drive. Awesome game. Terrible game for those CFL haters because that was entertaining. It was filled with drama. It was great football and a great way to end the CFL season. So overall yesterday, 16-11-2 up 3.38 units. Starting to work my way back to the black after a terrible run in November so far. 198, 214, and 13 down 6.93 units. On to today, where hopefully we can work our way back towards the black a little bit more.
Yes. And it was slightly negative on the side. I will say that. But once again, it's the story of the damn hook. Because if you look at yesterday, we had a nice winner with Utah Valley in the morning. We had Carolina, which was a loser. Cleveland, nice winner there. Got hooked on Houston because we got a 5.5 on the side on Houston. Garbage. The Texans. Boise State, +7. It was a 3-point game at halftime. And then Clemson rolled. Xavier, outright winner. Nice. Billikens, loser. Under in the Minnesota game, we got hooked in a good way. We had under 41.5. It landed at 41. And they missed a 2-point conversion, which was huge. But Minnesota losing, that's rough. And then UC Santa Barbara, -20.5. So, hey, it happens. Down a little bit of juice. We'll be okay with that. I know Nick mentioned you mentioned your capper contest. This week for me, I had the Ravens on Thursday night. I had the Browns in the 1:00 games.
Nice.
I had the Jets in the 4:00
Goddamn Jets.
And I had the Minnesota Vikings. And then we'll end up talking about the game later, but give me Red Kingdom to end out my day, and hopefully I can go 4-1 in the capper contest. Now, I'm just looking to get back even because I've had a horrible season in the capper contest, so I'm just trying to get back to even. But hey, it is what it is, and working our way back.
Mm-hmm. But by the way, Tim, when you said you were looking at that Cornell game, it's Utah Valley, right? +6, because Cornell's -6.
I already put Cornell in. Did I read it wrong? I did.
It's Cornell. Or it's Utah Valley.
No, it's Cornell.
What? No, Cornell's -6.
Oh, I had Utah Valley -6. -5. Well, I already bet it.
Yeah, I'll stay off the game then. All right. Just wanted to figure that one out because I just saw that. I was looking to go bet it, and then it was.
Yeah, let me fix it in the.
No big deal. I just want to make sure we had the right info or whatever. So yeah.
Go to the chat real quick.
Yeah, we'll head over towards the chat here in this spot. What's good, Nicholas Handy? What's good? That's what I'm talking about. Grey Cup means something to me, man. Yeah, what's good, Cameron? What's good? Morning, guys. Let's cash today. Yeah. How about them Giants, baby? Outright. We're only killing our tank towards Caleb, but it's fine. It's fine.
Tank.
Supness. Sup? What's good? What's good, Lex? What's good? And morning. Yeah. Yes, sir. What's good, Justin? No, the Giants are not. I mean, it's not the Giants are going to Giants. The Commanders are just that bad. Eagles money line for Mr. McElvey here.
Nope.
I kind of lean in that direction. I think if you like the Eagles, you just tease them, and that's it. I can see this a field goal game either way. Zaga money line.
No. Real quick, back to the money. Back to the game tonight. What I'm thinking is.
Okay. How about those? That's what I'm talking about.
All right, that's what I'm going with.
Parlay of the day: Canucks and Reg and UConn money line. Yeah, I would say I'm gonna say one thing with that Canucks game. Congratulations to the sports books. You've priced me off of fading the Sharks.
Aww.
Yeah. Brandon Staley shit in the bed. It never fails. Yeah, I had the under in that game, so I was totally cool with that. Yo. And then Justin finding that funny. But we will get into it here. We have 7 games in the NHL. I've already moved on 4 of them, and this is one of them here. I did a free pick video for this one last night. We have the Edmonton Oilers. They are taking on the Florida Panthers in this one here. The Panthers now are on -110, total of 7 in this game. Let's get the line history up if it'll load. It was loading. Cool. There we go. It finally loaded. Line opened up at a 107. It's up to a 110 for the Panthers. So 3-cent line movement towards these Florida Cardiac Cats. Line opened up at a 7 at +109 to the over. It's now +113 to the over. So actually a move towards the over or the under in this game, and a move towards the Panthers. We have 77% of tickets, 46% of cash is on the Panthers. So the line's moving slightly towards them. 98% of the tickets are on the over, yet this line's moving down. I kind of do. I mean, my numbers have actually that line spot on for the total. I have it at 7.02 goals. One thing I have, though, is that the Panthers should be much bigger of favorites in this game here. And I get it. They've played better since firing their head coach, Woodcroft. But this is a Florida Panthers team that are at home. They are much better than they are on the road. Pretty self-explanatory there. They're 6-1 at home this year. And their only loss at home so far was against the Vancouver Canucks, 5-3. So they've been a really solid home team. And their numbers are awesome. Their defensive numbers are elite. 2.53 expected goals against the last 10 games on average. So this is a Panthers team that does not give up many opportunities. Bobrovsky has been slightly above average, and he's taking on Stuart Skinner, who has been one of the worst goaltenders in the NHL so far this season. My lines have this more like Florida -140. So I did grab some Panthers at the 108. I got 108 with the Panthers last night. I see this as a good Panthers spot here. Just they're priced wrong in this one. I get it. They're coming back from the West Coast, but they've had time to adjust. They had, I believe, a couple of days off. So I'm on Panthers here, plus -108 Panthers for me here.
Yeah, I'm on Panthers. It's more of Panthers have been, I believe they were 6-1 at home. And why? And everybody knows, I'm the puck line guy. Tim, why aren't you grabbing the puck line here? Well, they're 6-1 at home, but 3-4 on the puck line. Keep in mind some of those games they will be dogs, but which is even more concerning. But this team doesn't look like they cover puck lines. They're going to be close games. Could I see this game going to overtime? Yeah, I could easily see this one 2-2, 3-3 going into overtime. So that's why I didn't take the puck line in this game. Which I have my way. I have my thinking of it. So I'm gonna go Panthers. I got them at -115 in this game. So I'm taking a little bit of Florida action today. Some of those. What did you call them? Cardiac cats.
Cardiac Cats.
Because they constantly stress out their fans.
They were a really good comeback team last year.
There you go.
Back to the chat.
Where did you go? Zaga. Vegas loses again. Shut out by the Pens.
Yeah, they're going through regression right now for sure.
No, they had a really solid start to this season. Now they're on their Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup slump.
Hangover.
There it is. That's the word. Like the Panthers tonight, yes. Panthers raised to 2. Yes. Skinner. I think Panthers will make it. We'll win this. How about the under 4.5?
Sheesh. You're crazy, but okay.
You're crazy, but I kind of like it. We need a daily Capper Crown. Biggest plus money winner gets their name in the top right corner. Food for thoughts. I'm down. First period, over 1.5 goals. Thoughts on over 1.5 first 10. So we got one guy has a mega under, and then Lex is going to go mega over. I can see a big over.
I think this total is spot on. If you're looking to play the over, wait a couple minutes, hope there's no goals, and get a 6.5 left. If you like the over, that's the way I would approach it.
Good morning, EQ, and under. We got a lot of people going back and forth on the total in this game, so that's interesting. This is one of the games I came close to betting, but at the end of the day, I didn't end up doing anything with.
I did. Is it my favorite play in the world? Not particularly, because I don't like laying chalk on the road. But let's get into it here. The Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning line opened up at a 127. It's up to a 134, so a movement towards the Bruins. Line opened up at 6.5 at plus 107. It's a 6.5 at plus 101. So there has been a move towards the over here as well in this game. We have 92% of the tickets, 98% of cash is on Boston. The line has moved accordingly. 22% of the tickets, 64% of cash is on the under, and the line has moved towards the over in this one here. And I'm kind of surprised that the line's moved towards the over. I kind of lean towards the under. Kind of lean Tampa Bay team total under. I played the Boston Bruins at minus 131. My line for this game was much wider, more along the lines of 170, 175. I get it. They're on the road, the Bruins. And the Lightning are a much better team at home. But when you're getting the Bruins at this type of price tag, breaking news, the Bruins are still good. They're 13-1-2 this year. And if you just keep backing them, their only losses this year were in overtime against Anaheim, a 5-4 game against Detroit and Montreal in overtime. So this is a team that is just – they've been awesome. This has just been an awesome Boston team, and I think that can continue in here. They have the massive goaltending advantage between whoever the hell is in net, Swayman or Omar. It doesn't really matter. They're both elite goaltenders versus Johansson, and they're just the better overall team. We thought they were going to fall off. No Krejci, no Bergeron, no Orlov, no Bertuzzi. Like they lost a bunch of pieces over the offseason, and they haven't missed a beat, which is crazy to see. So I'm on Boston. Minus 131 in this game.
I guess I'd be the crazy one. I kind of lean to Tampa. I think I kind of lean Tampa at home. And I'm not even going to mention the short prices because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't freaking matter. We've seen this all year long.
Eventually, regression's going to hit. But it's not even close yet, which is kind of what kept me off of it. You get Boston at 6-1-1 on the road. Although you look at Tampa, they've been at least consistent 5-2-2 at home. This is another game. I feel like if you did something today with all games, you might be profitable. I think at least 2 to 3 games go to overtime.
That's why I took the money line instead of the minus one. So I can
see if you bet the draw on every single play, I think it's profitable today. So figure I'd throw that one out there.
I don't mind this draw at all.
I lean Lightning, but not enough to bet it.
Yeah, I don't mind this draw at all either. I think that could be an interesting look.
There you go. Back to the chat. Bruins smash. Wow, yes. Nasty's on the Bruins, Nick.
That's on the Bruins. All right, I gotta write that down.
Nasty on Bruins.
Nate says the Bruins smash.
That's surprising. We never see you on the Bruins, dude. Hey, what do you guys think of the Kings and Pelicans tonight? Kings. I'm on the Kings tonight. I'll tell you that right now. That's one of my 3 NBA plays. Nick, did that shirt come with an 18-wheeler?
Yes.
Lightning raced to 2. Interesting. Lex going with the dog. I kind of like that.
I think if you like the Lightning, you take them early.
Over. I can see an over in this game, although it doesn't matter what goalie's in for Boston. They've been in the lead all year. Lean Bruins. Gentlemen, it's been a while due to my stupid job. Hope as well. I'm going to hockey tonight. McKinnon over 6.5 shots on goal, plus 185. He seems to feast against Nastyville.
Yeah, I am on the over in that game, so I don't mind that at all.
Sounds good, dude. And go the Ohio State this weekend. Bring it, Tate. What's their head-to-head last 4 games? The Bruins and the Lightning? I honestly have no clue. I don't look at that stuff. Nick will figure it out. This game makes me nervous. Bruins are better, but you never know. You never know what Tampa Bay is going to get.
Bruins have won 6 of the last 7 meetings.
There you go. Bruins have been dominating the series lately. Let's head over this game, Nick, which I kind of a lean on, but I don't know.
I made a move on this game last night. The line movement makes me happy. I should have put the same up on the site last night, but we're not going to talk about that because it's moved from a 6 to a 6.5. Line opened up at a 153. It's up to a 158 for the Avalanche. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 125. It is now a 6.5 at minus 109. I got involved when it was a 6 at minus 125. I'm on the over. 83% of the tickets are on the over. 89% of the tickets, 99% of cash is on the Avalanche. Very limited sample size, and you guys know how I feel about ticket count when it comes to the NHL. I just know some people like to hear it. I can care less, by the way, because the NHL is one of those markets where it doesn't really matter. My projection for this game is the Avalanche around a minus 170, minus 175 favorite. And this total should be a 7. I have this game projected for 7.2 goals. So seeing that at a 6, I slammed it, or I bet it last night. At 6.5, I would still go towards the over in this game. I'll probably still put up the over on the site at 6.5. Just because this Avalanche team, I think, puts up goals in this one here. Saros has not been good this year, which is weird to say. Somebody who was a Vezina finalist last year is, I think, actually last in goals saved above average this year, which is crazy. Nashville has kind of struggled this year too. It would be Avalanche or nothing. I think the better way to play the Avalanche tonight, though, is that team total over 3.5. And I'm actually going to add that team total over 3.5 here, minus 110 for the Avalanche. I like this spot for them to put up some goals. So I'm also going to add that to my card, but I'm on the over 6. I'm on the Avalanche team total over 3.5 here in this game.
I was kind of leaning towards the over. This is a Nashville team that I'm not necessarily high on. They're kind of struggling to begin the year like we kind of expected. They've lost 4 out of their last 5, so we got that. Going against an Avalanche team that I was kind of high on coming into this year, but they're always good. They've won 3 in a row against Seattle, a hot Anaheim team 8-2, and then a crazy comeback win versus the Dallas Stars last game. I kind of lean Avalanche puck line in this game. But I didn't feel like I needed to necessarily get to this game. So, in return, I didn't. Kind of lean towards the over, kind of lean towards the Avs. So, because those are leans, they'll probably end up winning. But, hey, those are kind of the thoughts on that game.
Fair.
And I realized with my next game, I messed up on the spot, but it is what it is. The Avs, bottom 6 has been fantastic lately. Depth scoring all over the lineup. Good. Last time they played was in Nashville, and McKinnon went off, took over the game all by himself. So what you're saying is I should be betting McKinnon props for tonight. What? Oh, hold on. Maybe I can figure that out. Let me get out of this.
He's could probably give me minus money to score a goal.
No. Just give me 2 seconds. Let's look at not Edmonton game. Can I go back and? No, it is Edmonton. No, it's the Nashville game. Colorado McKinnon. Sorry, I was missing up McKinnon and McDavid. I'm still learning. Give me a break. Colorado money line with Nathan McKinnon. They don't have McKinnon.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, there it is. I just can't read. Anytime goal is plus 165. Plus 156. I don't hate that at all. I might have to jump on that with you. So.
Not a bad way to go at it.
Tim, I'm stopping by and trying to be nice, and you throw up that crap. I hope you took it minus 6.5 when the line dropped down.
I did grab Ohio State at 6. I grabbed Ohio State at 17 days before the game actually goes off. So I bet that like 12 days ago.
And Tate, what's the fun in it if we can't talk shit to each other? Tate, you know we like you when we talk crap to you. Look at McKinnon's shots on goal. That could be an interesting spot as well. I'll look into the props later. I bet this game already. I realize I messed up.
How?
Go ahead.
Oh, the Dallas Stars coming in off of that choke job the other night. Minus 135, total of 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between the Rangers and the Stars. Line opened up at a 126. It's up to a 134. So it's been a move towards the Dallas Stars. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 108. So now it's 6 at plus 107. So we'll move towards the under. 17-cent line move towards the under in this one here. 61% of the tickets. 40% of the tickets and 48% of the cash is on the under, yet the lines move towards the under. 61% of the tickets, 48% of the cash is on the Stars. And the line has moved towards the Stars here in this one. I had this game projected for 5.5 goals. I was actually really looking at this under in the spot between Ottinger and Shesterkin. This is a really good goaltending matchup, and this feels like a game. If you're looking for a draw, this is the best draw of the day. This game's going to go 2-2 in overtime between Ottinger and Shesterkin, and I think I might grab that under in this spot. As for a side, I really don't want to mess with a side in this game because I can see this game. I said the overtime's a decent look. I actually lean towards the Stars in this game. I have this game more like a 145. So definitely not enough value to go after it. It's under or nothing for me in this game. And I think it's going to end up being nothing, but I mean, the draw is probably the best look in this game. Looking at it, let's take a look what that is real quick. Plus 330 draw would be my lead in this game.
Once again, I think if you bet the draw in every single game, you'll be profitable at the end of the night. Am I doing that now? Because I don't really like. Actually, I could if I wanted to. You know what? I'm going to do that. Every single game, draw, and see how I do. Regulation time. Do we have any? Yeah. Where's draws?
It's under 3-way line.
Yeah, I know. Regulate. Oh, that's regulate. Yeah, it should be regulation time, right?
Yeah.
Am I just missing it? Do they not have draws on this? They might not have draws.
NHL 3-way line.
3-way line. Now I have to go and click on. Oh,
There
yeah,
you
draw. Okay. Yeah, I might go and do that where I just place like $5 on every single draw, just to see how it does tonight. But I do think that one this one goes the distance as well. But I will be on the New York Rangers. I know I messed up because Dallas coming off of that huge choke job. But it's hard to ignore that. And as much as I hate it, the New York Rangers might be the best team in hockey.
Yeah.
They may be the best team in hockey. 12-2 to start off. 12-2-1 to start off the year. And 2 of their losses were in the first 4 games. Since October 21st, they have not lost a game in regulation. They beat Seattle, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver in overtime, Winnipeg in overtime, Carolina. They lost to the Wild in a shootout. They beat Detroit. They beat Minnesota. They beat Columbus in a shootout, and they beat the Devils. This has been a red-hot Rangers team. And they're plus money because they're on the road against another elite team in the Dallas Stars. I'm just going to keep riding this Rangers hot hand. I hate the damn team, but I'm going to be backing them. So give me the Rangers in this one. I got it at plus 115. And I hate it. But
yeah, then that's what it's also ultimately going to keep me off this game is I can't bet against the Rangers at the moment, but there's no value on betting on the Rangers.
There you go. Back to the chat. Just took the under in the Siena game about to start. I'll tell you. I have my fucker on and find out book. that just paid me out $510 yesterday. So, but I'll grab it with you. Where are we looking? You said the Siena game. You said it's about to start. I think that might be an extra game. Nick, can you go through the chat? I'm gonna try to find this.
For sure, all love.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Keep on crushing my dudes.
I'm not even an Ohio State fan. I just love giving everybody shit about their team.
Yeah, there you go. And it's jumped 40 cents. So yeah, bookies know I'm coming for them. There you go. Rangers coming off a late comeback win. Stars off of a choke. Stars by exactly 1 goal. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Tim, you should try betting the draw in every Stars game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
what is up, Guillermo Zertucci in the house, the current leader of the Pub Sports Radio contest, who is 1 point up on Visa Joe for first place. He's 1.5 points up on Russia, and Earle Sports Bets is 4 points behind him for first place. So I'm coming for you.
I suck. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it.
Lean Avs, lean Rangers. There you go. Move on. This is the last game I actually have action in at the moment. I'm looking at a play in that Sharks game, but we have the LA Kings -150 favorites, total 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between the Yotes and the Kings. The line opened up at 143. It's up to a 147 now. Line opened up at 6.5 at -108. It's now 6.5 at -109. We have 69% of the tickets are on the Kings, no cash flow. 83% of the tickets are on the puck line, no cash flow, and nothing for the total. We have the Road Warrior Kings. My projected line for them here is around the -200 range. I took the Kings -1 in this game. They have a massive goalie advantage with Cam Talbot over Karol Vejmelka, which coming into the season did not think I was going to be saying that out loud. I also lean under a little bit in this game, but these two teams play a lot of overs, so definitely not something I want to jump in front of there. I played the Kings -1. The Kings have been absolute road warriors this year, and getting a plus money on the -1 definitely very appealing. A perfect 7-0 away from Staples Center this year. I know it's Crypto Arena, but it's Staples Center. This series has been all Kings as of late as well. The Kings have won 8 of the last 10 meetings against this Arizona Coyotes team, including a comeback victory in their last game on October the 27th, where the Coyotes once led 4-1, and the Kings came back and won it that game 5-4. So I'm on the Kings -1 in this game at +111. That's the last play I have at the moment. There's still 2 more games, and I'll probably make a play on at least one of them.
Win. Give me the Kings, just puck line it. +170. This is a team that is, yes, you're reading that right, 7-0 on the road. I'm going to keep backing it. Why bother fading it? Now, they are coming off of a 4-game homestand. That's where they just were. But you look at, did you see their wins this year on the road?
Yeah.
Winnipeg, playoff team currently. Minnesota, all right, fine. Arizona, playoff team currently. Toronto is still a solid team, even if they're not. Is Toronto in a playoff spot at the moment? Toronto, playoff spot.
Wow, Arizona is actually in a playoff spot. I thought you were lying there.
Ottawa, yeah, okay. Philly, yeah, okay. And one of the best teams in hockey, the Vegas Golden Knights. So you look at it, they have some nice wins on the road this year. It's not like they're playing a bunch of garbage teams. And I'm going to continue to ride it. Kings, puck line, +170 in this one. This is also the last game I have action in for hockey.
Yeah, I'm interested in a look in that Sharks game. I just have to figure out whether or not I want to pull the trigger on it.
There's no way to get to that.
It's a total. It's a total.
Oh, maybe. Okay. That's fine. That's just how.
Avs -1.5 early last night at +150. I like it. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Untouchable. Canucks on a mini streak over 6.5. Yeah, that was the one thing that was kind of worrying me because I was looking the other way for that game. I was looking at the under 6.5. That Grey Cup was pain. Lost the under. Ouch. Same game parlay. Montreal spread. and the under live Winnipeg. I loved the game. I had Winnipeg, or not Winnipeg. I had Montreal at plus 310. So I was going crazy when they scored that touchdown.
He was.
that was awesome. That was an awesome game. Kings in the over. You can see that. Rangers first period under 1.5. I can definitely see that. Rangers money line as well. Bruins in the under. Yeah. Canucks ladder -1, -2, -3 and overs. Yeah, I could see that. That's my main concern in that game is the Canucks putting up too many goals. I'll say, congratulations, sportsbooks. You have made the Canucks too expensive for me to back. -340 for the Canucks. Total 6.5. Line opened up at a 350. It's down to a 340. Line opened up at a 6.5 -108. Now a 6.5 -102. So a line movement towards the under in this game here. No cash flow on the total, but 15% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the Sharks because who's laying -345. But 96% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on the puck line for these Canucks. I have this game priced at Canucks, minus 280, 290. So is there hypothetical value here on the Sharks? Slightly. Is it enough for me to take the Sharks plus 300? No. I will not place my money on the Sharks. That's just not something that will happen. Should the Canucks take care of business in this game? Yes. Should the Canucks be motivated in this game? Yeah, they're coming in off of a loss against Seattle. So it's not like they're – if you wanted the Sharks in this game, you would have hoped the Canucks beat Seattle pretty measurably so they can overlook them. So this is not a spot where you want to back the Sharks because the Canucks have plenty of motivation with losing last game to Seattle. Am I going to be taking anything in this game? My lean is to the under in this game. My lean is towards the under in this game. I have this game projected for 5.7 goals. The Sharks are not scoring goals right now. They scored 5. Oh, my bad. Their offense has picked up the last 2 games, 3 and 5 against Florida and against St. Louis. So they're coming in off of a win. But previous to that, 1-0-3-2-2, 1-1-0-0, 1-1-1. Like, this is a team that struggled to score. Am I going to bet anything this game? Probably not. I would lean under. I would lean Sharks team total under, but that's unfortunately minus 150. So there's no value in finding anything to fade the Sharks in this game because you're either laying minus 150 on a team total under, minus 143 on a puck line. And what is the minus 2.5? The minus 2.5 is probably stupid as well. Minus 2.5 plus 135. So maybe it would be negative money for a minus 2 line, which is crazy to think. So good job, Bucks. You've kept me completely off the Canucks in this game.
Oh, sorry.
What was that all about?
DoorDash for Jacob.
Okay.
Let me just say I'm staying away from the game. You know I like the Canucks this year. Been high on them this year, and they've proven me right. 12-5-1 to start off the year, which has been better than we ever expected. 6-1-1 at home, really, really solid. Am I laying minus 340? Absolutely freaking dumb. Am I laying minus 140 on a puck line? Dude, I don't even lay 120 on money lines. What makes you think I'm laying 140 on a puck line? Am I backing the Sharks? No. No, I am not. If I'm going to back the Sharks, and I know it's contrary to what Nick says, it's at home. They are 0-7 on the road. So I'm not touching this game. I have no interest in this game. Instead, I'll throw out. I got a really bad line on that. I personally took a live bet on Iona, minus 1.5, and now they're up to 3.5. So that's fantastic. But because we had value on that, we had Iona as a 7.5 point favorite, and I was able to get them at minus 1.5. But they are down 17-5. But anyways, I bet that. So I figure I'd throw out that like that. Back to Chenick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go put all the videos up on the TikTok.
Yeah. For superior and angry Canucks team at home to a terrible Sharks team coming off a blowout win. Absolute smash ball, alternate puck line. That's the only way I could play it. Hypothetically speaking, what is it? Minus 2. I could get plus 135 for the minus. the minus 2.5, and it's minus 143 for the puck line. So minus 143, 135, minus 103 for Canucks, minus 2. It's the only way I can play it. Talgoat. LOL. I don't remember the last time where the Canucks were this big of a favorite. I believe it was against the Coyotes a couple years ago. And I remember playing the minus 2.5, the minus 3.5, and winning all those. Monday Night Football under and Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown.
Hurts is overrated.
Kings money line and the over 5.5. Kempe or Fiala anytime goal. There you go. Sharks team total under 1.5 is plus 165. I want to see one thing real quick. A combo play. This is plus 142. Canucks money line in the under 6.5. Plus 142. Yeah. Cake taking 2.5. Canucks. Yeah. Nuggets in the under. Gonzaga plus 4.5.
I'll say today's NBA card is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Where's our spreadsheet for college basketball? So I can. I don't have it up.
I do. What do you need, Gonzaga?
Gonzaga.
Neutral site versus number 2 Purdue. We have slight money, a slight value, 2.19 points of value on the Zenigs. But obviously not enough for us to bet it.
Probably enough for you to BS and bet them later.
Probably a good spot to try to. That's what I'm going to try to start looking at. Is just live betting stuff. See if I can get a better line. The line opens up at a 4. Maybe I can get a 7.5, 8 on the dog, or even like a pick'em price on the favorite.
Yeah. But we'll move to our last game of the night here. The Calgary Flames and the
for the NHL.
The last NHL game of the night. Yeah. Calgary Flames and Seattle Kraken. With the Flames and with this game being a pick'em, total 6 in this game. Line opened up at a minus 115 for Seattle. It's down to a 106. So a small line movement towards the Flames here. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 118. It is still at that number. We have 61% of the tickets and 94% of the cash is on the Kraken, but yet the line's moving towards the Flames in this game here. I had a small lean towards the Flames in this one here. I have the Flames around a minus 110, minus 115 range. So not much value in this game to get involved with it. I might not have a late game, any late game action here with the latest. Actually, I have the 9 o'clock game with the Kings minus 1. These 10 o'clock games have no appeal to me whatsoever. If gun to my head, I would lean Flames, but am I betting it? No. Do I trust the Kraken right now? No. Do I trust the Flames right now? No. And there's no value on this line. This line's priced spot on correctly, so I'll stick with my 5 plays. A lot more of the early games, and we'll stick with that.
Yeah, I passed on this game. I want nothing to do with it. Seattle's kind of been rough this year. Calgary's been rough this year. I don't want to have to pick between these two sides at a pick'em. If there's plus money on a side, maybe I try to look at it, but at a pick'em, no. And I don't really look too deep into totals. So once again, I feel like with this card, a draw can work here. A draw in every game, but I will say I don't want to draw in one game, and that's the Kings game because I have a puck line. So, Lex like Zags minus 2.5 on a pleaser. I'm not gonna hate it. Oakland hooping right now. Loyola, I'm hoping on Loyola right now. Considering we had that game at around a 4.5 point favorite for Loyola and Marymount, I might have to jump on Loyola here at minus 125 live line. Oh no, it keeps moving ahead of me. If I can get that game at a pick'em price, I might jump on Loyola, to be honest. I can get them at minus 1.5 and minus 111 right now, but whenever a team starts off hot, I kind of want to jump on the opposite side. That's kind of what I want to look at, is trying to get those good numbers. So that's what I might be doing. Is just trying to find that. Flames. There you go. Flames grill Kraken. Good luck. Money lines at minus 105. You know what? I know I'm probably going to be against you. I'm jumping on it. Loyola Marymount minus 111 at minus 1.5 points. So now I have 2 live bets. I can sweat out some college basketball. I have Iona and I have Loyola Marymount.
I grabbed a small little bit of Loyola Marymount minus 145.
I have them both at minus 1.5. So over. You can see an over. And what is this Lador versus Decor, or is it starters?
Oh, I have it projected for Markstrom and Grubauer, but that's definitely something to keep an eye out for.
Okay. And then Tim, since you know the NBA, can you help us understand why Miami is only a 1.5 point favorite against the Bulls? It's in Chicago, and I believe there's some injuries on the Miami side, like there normally is. So, and for the NBA, Nick, I would like. Oh well, we're going over NFL first,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to ask if we could bunch the 3 7 o'clock games together.
No,
because I'm going to be giving the exact same analysis for all of them.
we're going to do our due diligence on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. We will move to the game of the night. I know a lot of people will have their televisions tuned into this game. I still got to decide whether or not I'm going to watch it or not. I probably will. That being said,
I'll be driving home at the time.
Yeah. But we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, the rematch of last year's Super Bowl game, and quite the line history for this game here, Tim. This look ahead line was 2.5. The opening line was 2.5. It is a 2.5. So the line's not moved. Look ahead line 48. Opening line 48.5. It's plummeted 45.5. I did get involved at 45.5. And when you take a look at the cash flow in this game, we have cash flow that makes you believe that the line shouldn't move at all. 54% of the tickets, 52% of the cash is on the Eagles. 62% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the under. The line's moved towards the under. So, and I 100% agree with that. Obviously, primetime unders, so I'm not going to buck that trend. And also, I saw a trend, I think it was 65 or 70% trend, where 2 teams coming in off of at least 8 days of rest, the total goes way under. And we saw that last week as well. I believe we saw that last week on Monday night. Was it the Broncos game? The Broncos coming off of a bye, and the
Bills were too.
The Bills were coming in off of a Thursday night game. Broncos came in off of a bye, and they both had at least 8 days off, and the game went under. Primetime unders, and keep an eye out when 2 teams are coming in off of a bye, or one team's coming off a Thursday night, the other one off of a bye. The game goes under as well. So first half under 22.5, full game under 45.5. As for the side, if I gun to my head, I would take the Eagles. Personally, I know that's not what they want to hear, but I mean,
that's fine.
It's just a lean at this moment. I'm probably not betting it. If you like the Eagles, the best way to approach it is you can tease them. You can get them up to 8.5, and the Lions against the Packers down to a 1.5. You can get the Dolphins down to a 2. You can get the Bucks up to a 7.5. Like, there's other options you can do. You can get a +3 for minus 127 if you want to grab the extra hook or get the full key number there. I do think the Eagles are live. Maybe if you like the Eagles, take them first half money line +120. This is a good first half team, the Eagles. We know that. So I would lean in that direction. But it's just the unders for me.
I'm on the under, and I have Kansas City as my final contest pick. And I think you're going to see a repeat of the Super Bowl. I feel like this Kansas City team, and they're doing it a little bit differently this year. They've got a solid defense. And I could easily see this one being a 16-13 type of game. I know Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts, and everybody's going to be, oh, Jalen Hurts at plus money. No, come on. Plus, you got the Eagles. They are both teams are off a bye week. That was what got me was Andy Reid off a bye or Andy Reid with a week off because it includes playoffs too. I think he's pretty close to undefeated.
It's just
really good. A trend I don't want to buck there. So I did grab grab the Chiefs -2.5. Also, when Taylor Swift's in attendance, I'm kidding. I don't actually look at that seriously. I was joking. I'm on the Red Kingdom in this one. Stop looking at me like that.
Fair enough. Back to the chat, and we'll get into the NBA.
It's a Kelsey Bowl. Yes, it is. Damn, they went 9.5 points with Denver for even money. F it. We'll talk about that in a minute. Andy Reid has a solid record coming off a bye week. Yep. Taylor Swift no longer attending after the tragedy in Rio. Careful with Kelsey props. Oh, wow. She's not? Oh, boy. Then my thing's a loser. LOL. Nick just named my teaser Eagles Lions.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad look. I haven't even capped the Thanksgiving games yet, though. So
I think she had Lions from this week. They covered the teaser.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? Everyone is on the Eagles +2.5. The Chiefs should win this game.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I would love the Eagles or the Chiefs to win this game. I might play that Eagles first half money line. That's an interesting look.
Chiefs first half has been cashing this year too.
Yeah.
So they're a good first half team. They are. I need to make sure that this is actually true.
Don't think about the over, please.
Holy shit, it is. 26.5?
Tim, when that game finishes 13-10, you're going to hate yourself. No. Moving on. Next comment, Tim.
Wait and see if Eagles score live at the Chiefs for some plus money. I don't think
That's a great way to look at it, too.
Iowa unders is a wagon. Iowa, Nebraska has 9-3 written all over it. Or, hear me out.
Stop.
It could look like the Illinois game from last week, where it was 15-13. And yes, that would have been an over.
13-13's an over.
You know I'm going to have to bet it, Nick. You know I'm going to have to. All right.
You're probably going to bet Army-Navy over them, too.
Yeah, of course.
Dumbass.
It's going to sound repetitive, but we've got the 3 7:00 games are going to be the exact same breakdown for me.
All right, let's get into it here. We have a decent NBA slate. I have not moved on anything on this NBA slate so far. Let's get into it here. The opening line for this game, -8. It's up to a -9 for the Nuggets. So it's a 1-point line movement towards Denver. Line opened up at a 221.5 and immediately went up to a 223. Now we're up to a 224.5. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Nuggets here in this spot. Let me switch from NFL to NBA for the cash flow. Nuggets, 78% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on Denver. The line has moved towards Denver. 60% of the tickets, 66% of the cash is up on the over, and the line has moved towards said over. Let's grab my spreadsheet for this one. My line for this game is 7.5. So I see a little bit of value here with the Detroit Pistons. Is this something I'm looking to bet? No. And let me get up for totals here on this game. But probably not something I'm particularly interested in betting wise this game. Let's see where they're projecting the total 222. So it'd be slightly towards the under for this game, but it's a no play for me.
Pass. I'm not laying 8.5 to 9.5 points on the road team. And I will say for the 7:00 games, the 3 home dogs. And when I'm looking at a dog, I'm thinking maybe they can win this game outright. Well, the 3 teams that we're going to talk about for the 7:00 games that are home dogs are combined 3-27 in their last 30 games. Yeah, no, I'm not touching any of those teams. This one's a straight up pass for me because you get elite teams going up against.
Well, that's why they're 9-point road favorites.
They're going up against the scum of the league. So this is just 3 games I'm going to have 0 interest in.
Yep, this is a stay off.
Unless the only way to do this, and I know Nick's going to really, really not like this.
Money line parlay, right?
What a teaser.
No. Just money line parlay them you'll get.
But the thing is, one of those teams are going to win. One of the road dogs are going to win. I just don't want to pick, and I don't want to bet all three. So this one's going to just be a complete.
If any of them are going to do it, it's going to be the Wizards.
I was going to say Hornets, but I think all of them suck, so I not want nothing to do with it.
Fair.
Tim, the Iowa game is more likely to go finish 5-3 than it to go over.
I would probably have to agree with that. I would take an alternative over alternative under 20 before I would take the over.
Denver first quarter. Denver is a A2 team parlay. I could see
in a 2-team parlay.
In a 2-team parlay. Yes. I could see that. I'm just not laying that many points on the road, even if it is with my Nuggets. I love my Nuggets. I'm not laying that many points on the road with them, especially without Jamal Murray still, because this team has looked a little bit rough.
They've looked mortal.
Although you look at it, they are coming off of a 12-point loss. Don't get me wrong, that game was way bigger of a blowout than 12 points. But yeah, Loyola plus 5.5 at even money now. Yeah, I've already got my bet on the.
Yeah, are they really? I don't want to hear that. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
You're looking at Oakland.
The Oakland is Oakland's plus 5.5.
Oakland's plus 4.5. Yeah.
Well, I got a bad line on that Iona game. That sucks. Maybe I could split even. That's fine. Best way to bet Nuggets road games is to live bet them. True. Nuggets -9 over 224.5. I'm just not laying that many points on the road. They'll cover with the college free throw game. They could. Okay, they could. Let's continue.
Yeah, Boston Celtics taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Celtics 9-point road favorites total of 232.5 in this game. Let's get into this one here, where we have this line opened up at a 10. It's down to a 9, so it's moved down a point in this game. Line opened up at a 232. It's up to a 232.5, so a half-point line movement up. 70% of the tickets and 50% of the cash is on the under, but yet this line's gone up a half a point. 88% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the Celtics, yet this line's gone from a 10 to a 9. Interesting. My line for this game is a 12. So I actually see value in Boston. I don't like the way the markets move, though, which is, I think, ultimately going to keep me off of Boston. It's just the line move with all the money coming in on Boston. They're welcoming more Boston money, which is enough probably to keep me away from this game. I have this game, and I see this game around a 231 projected line, so a slight lean towards the under for me. But once again, the line's going up, even though the money's coming out on the under. These are where my X's and O's are saying one thing, and the markets are saying another. And when it comes to the NBA, I'll actually respect the market because I'm not an NBA guy. So pass for me here. Let me guess, you don't want the road, you don't want the home team, but you're not laying 9 on the road. Correct.
I'm not grabbing the home dog because the Hornets are 1-6 at home this year, and they are 2-8 their last 10. So I mentioned if I'm taking any dog, it's the Hornets because they have at least won 2 out of their last 10 games. That's the best out of the 3 home teams. That's sad.
Did Boston actually? The Boston is on a back-to-back. That explains why the discrepancy of my line.
There's a lot of teams on back-to-back, and that's why it's very difficult to bet the in-tournament games, or the in-season tournament, because there's so many freaking back-to-backs. It's stupid. Like Denver went and played in New Orleans. They played New Orleans last night? Cleveland. They played Cleveland, and now they're traveling to Detroit, which is not a far trip. But even like the Hornets, Hornets had a day off, but they suck. I'm not. And the Hornets' only win, Nick, was against Washington. So I'm not interested in touching this game at all. Zero interest at all. And I'm not touching a total in this game.
Fair enough. Back to the chart.
Epic, give me the money line at plus 195.
It's first half. He was talking first half, yeah.
For what?
Loyola Marymount.
Well, it's tied at 26 now. Boston is on back-to-back. Hornets first quarter. A lot of teams are on back-to-backs. Over. Might be those were first half numbers. Yeah, dude.
I don't know if he hasn't said in the chat, but probably Celtics smash.
Probably. They should.
Yeah. Bucks minus 9.5 here on the road against the Washington Wizards. Total of 245.5. Hefty total here. It's actually down to a 245. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Line opened up at a 9.5. It's still a 9.5. Line opened up at a 240. Got up to a 245.5. It's down to a 245 now. So big move towards this over as well. 31% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the over, which makes sense because of all the money coming on the over. 92% of the tickets and 77% of the cash is on the Bucks, but yet the line moving towards the Wizards. The Wizards are the one dog in this 7 o'clock range I'm actually interested in, and they have the highest value here out of any of the dogs here in the first 3 games. I have this game projected around a 6.5. The Bucks have just been a fade team for me. Now I believe they have won a few games in a row now, and they've covered in a couple in a row, right? 3 in a row now they've covered against Toronto, Charlotte, and Dallas. But this is also going to be their 3rd game in 4 days, which is not a great scheduling spot either. And now you're asking them to win by double digits. Granted, the Wizards are not playing it. The Wizards have lost 5 in a row and 4 of their last 5. Now I don't think I'm gonna grab the money line in this game at all. But I think the Wizards are probably going to make my card here.
Yeah, you know me. I'm not touching this game. As much as I would love to fade the Bucks, not with the Wizards.
Yeah.
Because the Wizards are just. Do you intend to start the year? I'm just not going to be going after these games. Big road favorites. No, thank you. If I have to go after anything in the first 3 games, I would be grabbing all 3 of the dog money lines. But I could easily see them going 0-3 and all of them losing by 20 plus points. So if I don't think a dog has a realistic chance at winning a game, I'm not going to bet it. So I pass on this game. There's a dog that I like later on in the card.
I grabbed him. I got 10 with the Wizards at minus 115. So Wizards plus 10 for me.
Fade Norfolk State at 1 o'clock. What do we have for that Norfolk State game? Against Florida Gulf Coast. We didn't have that was the one game we didn't have a spread for. Florida Gulf Coast is a 5.5 point favorite, and right, yeah, they are. So home team minus 5.5. I'll tell you right now, we have slight lean towards Norfolk, but not enough to bet it. And we also have one other game, that the San Jose Hampton game that I did not have a line for last night. That's going to be right after the Kennesaw. There it is. 10.5 point for San Jose. So no value. Okay. Just figure out to put those in the spreadsheet. Nothing really. Give me Bucks team total over and Giannis. Giannis for triple double. Here's the one problem with that, Markel.
Blowout run.
I was about to say, Markel, that's great. What happens if the Bucks? What happens if with Giannis getting that stuff? Maybe his pros, but even then, I wouldn't take any player props from any of the big favorites. Like, I'm not even betting Jokic triple double, because what happens if, say the Bucks are up 30 at the end of the 3rd quarter? How much is Giannis realistically playing? I don't think he plays a lot if they're up 30. And that's the big thing with blowout run games, and that's why I played when I played DFS a lot. Whenever I saw back a couple seasons ago, whenever I saw the Nuggets at big favorites, one of my go-to guys was Mason Plumlee. Like, because he was going to get a blowout run. I don't really, and that's one thing with player props is, if I'm going to take player props, it's going to be from a pick'em game or a closer spread game. I'm not going to grab it from a wide spread game. That's just me though. The Bucks could smash. Yes, they could. They could very easily. But am I touching it? No. Live betting is where it's at. Got plus money with Loyola because they came out a little bit cold. And now they are tied up at 29. By the way, Siena and Central Michigan started up 2-0 after 3 minutes. I believe somebody gave us an under.
Cameron did.
Cameron gave us the under in that game. Good start. Finally, a game I'm going to bet.
Yeah, we have the New York Knicks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves 3-point home favorites, total of 213 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. New York and Minnesota. This line opened up at a 3. It's now down to a 2.5, so a half-point line movement towards the Knicks in this game. Line opened up at a 217.5. It's down to a 214.5. Big line movement down, 3 points. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 43% of the tickets, 53% of the cash is on the under, and the line's plummeted. We have 72% of the tickets and only 33% of the cash, though, is on the T-Wolves, and this line's dropped towards the Knicks. So the market's kind of pointing towards the Knicks are a live dog in this game. Taking a look at my projected line for this game was Minnesota 3.5. So I see a slight value here with the T-Wolves. Or my bad. No. That 3.5 was the spread when I typed this in last time. I'm reading it wrong. My number is a 2 in this game. So I have a slight lean towards the Knicks in this one here. But obviously less than half a point of value is not enough for me to pull the trigger on a game. So definitely not something I'm interested in here. At 211, I could see this as a potential, or 213, my bad. I see this as a potential under in this game. Once again, not something I'm particularly interested in getting involved with in this game. So far, just the one NBA. I'm very selective when it comes to the NBA, and it's so far only one play for me.
Yep, I'm on the Timberwolves. And I know line movements, whatever. I don't really care. Because I looked at the Timberwolves, undefeated at home, undefeated against the spread at home. And I want to keep riding that. I've been backing them a lot at home. I think the only game I didn't back them at home was against Denver. And that one was because Denver was undefeated at the time, and I was just riding them out. And you look at it, this Minnesota team is really good this year. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned that last year. I said, this team is going to be good. You look at them, 9-3 start to the year, including winning 8 out of their last 9 games. This team started off 1-2. They're sitting at 9-3. So this is a team that's been really, really hot. Their only loss in the last 9 games was against Phoenix, and that was a bad spot for them. This is a Minnesota team that I'm just going to be riding. I think they're going to be a really solid team this year, and I got them -3. I think it's a good spot for them, and I'm not high on the Knicks. So
fair enough.
Choo-choo, thanks. I'm going to see what they give me for my boy Porter's props. Yeah, like those are the players I would look at for blowout games or potential blowout games. Now, there's a chance that this game could be down to the wire and Giannis can have a 30-point triple-double. Could it happen? 100%. But the more likely result is that this game is most likely a blowout and he doesn't get as much run. That's just me. Yeah, they're under looking good. And then you like the T-Wolves, Terry. Let's get it. I like this game as well.
Yeah, we have the Sacramento Kings. We actually have a playable spread in this one here. Kings -1, total 238 in this game. Line opened up at a 2. It's down to a 1, so it's been a move towards the Pelicans here. Line opened up at a 238. It's down to a 237 in this spot here. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Pelicanos. We have 59% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the Pelicans. The line's moved down towards them. We have 40% of the tickets, 55% of the cash is on the under. The line is moved towards said under. My number for this game is the Pelicans as around a 1-point favorite in this game. So I see a little bit of value here with the Pelicanos. Obviously, with the value crossing through 0, it's not that much. Yeah, so it's not going to be play on the Pelicans. It'd be a lean towards them. Pelicanos are nothing for me in this game here. Maybe an under. I think this could be a nice candidate for an under. And I get it. These two teams have played, I believe, more towards the over so far this year.
6-6 for the Kings.
6-6 for the Kings. 7-6 for the Pelicanos. This line's entirely too high. I think I'm going to make a move on this under here because my projected numbers around 233 in this game, and the market's telling me that this is an under as well. With it looks like sharp money coming in on this under, the line's moving down. I'm going to move on this under in this game, which is a 237. So give me Kings Pelicanos under 237 here.
I think I'm going to put together a Kings parlay. LA and Sacramento Kings. After starting off the year 2-4, the Sacramento Kings team has rattled off 6 straight victories. against Portland, whatever. Or Oklahoma City, good win there. Double-digit win versus Cleveland, beautiful. 15-point win versus the Lakers, beautiful. 9-point win versus the Spurs, nice. And a 16-point win versus Dallas. Sacramento, something flipped. I like what we're seeing now from them. And this is the team I said that could potentially make a deep playoff run. There's a lot of West teams that are very young that I'm very high on. And this Kings team is definitely one of them, along with Minnesota. And you already know I'm all over my Denver Nuggets. But these are
the Thunder.
And the Thunder. Those are teams that I just really, really like this year. I'm going to keep backing them. Kings, I got their money line at -109. So I'm riding some Sacramento in this one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Timberwolves and the over, yes. Pelicans, hell nah. So nah. I like the Kings. Country on the injury report.
Conjugate on the injury report.
Who's on that? The only thing is with the Pelicans is they're still without CJ McCollum, but he's been out for the past couple of games. And he's got a collapsed lung, so he's not coming back anytime soon. So I do kind of like. I don't really worry about the injury report anymore with that. I think I'm on the Parleys, but no play. That's fair. I'm on the Kings. I'm going to just keep riding them. Let's go to this game.
Miami Heat, they're 1.5 point favorites on the road, total 208.5 in this game. Line opened up at a 2, it's down to a 1.5. Line opened up at a 210, it's down to a 208.5. So a move towards the under and a slight move towards the Bulls here in this spot. We have 40% of the tickets, 75% of the cash is on the under. Explains the line move towards the under here. And we have 93% of the tickets and 72% of the cash is on the Heat. On the spread, 83% and 85% of the tickets are on the Heat on the money line. And this one here, I have the Heat as a 0.5 point favorite in this game, so it's a slight lean towards Chicago. The markets are screaming Chicago in this game. And as for the total here, with it being a 208.5, this feels low. This does feel low. I think that line at 210.5, the opening line was correct. It'd be over or nothing for me, and I get it. That's scary to take an over in a Bulls game right now, or a Heat game. Both these teams are slightly under teams. 5 and 8 over under for Miami, 6 and 8 over under for the Bulls. Miami has played to the under in 2 of their last 3 games, and it was under. These two teams just played, and it tallied up 199 points. And the Bulls won 102.97. That was in Chicago, and they're still in Chicago. I think we see a reverse of what happened last game. I might go up against the market here in this spot and take the over at 208.5. I think this line should be up where it was when it opened. I actually think it should have been around 211 to 11.5. I think my line for this game. So I'm going to move on the over. It's going to be a little nerve-wracking taking an over with these teams, but at 208.5, I have to take a shot with that.
I just don't feel like I need to take a shot with the game. This Bulls team, they're constantly having those weird lines to me because they're constantly 1.5 point dogs or a slight favorite, and they're not a good team. I kind of lean towards the Heat in this game just because I don't feel like falling for the Bulls anymore. But the Heat are going to be without Tyler Herro again, who suffered a grade 2 ankle sprain about 11 days ago. So he's still going to be out for a while. These are two teams that are kind of like, to me. So I have no interest in this game. I'll have a play in the next game, but other than that, I'm just going to be staying out of most of these games.
Fair enough. Back to the chat.
I'm on the Heat. They screwed me on the Friday and Saturday against the Bulls. That's fair. Saturday. I got you. Might go over by 2 points. It could, but I'm not trying to back it over between the Bulls and the Heat. Good luck to you, Nick.
Yep. But we'll move on to the second to last game here. We have the San Antonio Spurs and the LA Clippers in the spot here. with the Clippers 8-point road favorites, total of 230.5. Taking a look at the line history in this game, where we have this line opened up at an 8.5, it's down to an 8. So a move towards the Spurs in this game here. Line opened up at a 230. It stayed at the 230 number there. We have 74% of the tickets and 64% of the cash is on the Clippers. But yet the lines move towards the Spurs. 51% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the under. My number for this game is a 5. So I'm interested in San Antonio in this game. That's my lean at the moment. It's a slight lean towards the over here as well. I have this game more like a 233.5. So maybe the best way to approach this game is if you lean San Antonio here. And I don't know about you. I don't know if I trust them to cover a number like this, 8.5. Because I can see the Clippers later in this game taking over. San Antonio has been a pretty decent over team this year. And I believe San Antonio is a good first half team, but then they fall apart in the second half. So if you like San Antonio, take them early. What's the first half line with the Spurs? Spurs plus 4.5. I think if you like San Antonio, you take them early in this game. I lean over in this game as well. Maybe you take a San Antonio team total over 111.5. I'm interested in the Spurs in some way, shape, or form. I think the first half is probably the best way to approach the Spurs right now because they're starting strong in games, and then they fall off late. And aren't the Clippers the opposite of that, where they're a team that starts off slow?
They're a third quarter team.
They're a third quarter team. So the last thing I want is a full 48 minutes with the San Antonio Spurs. So Spurs first half plus 4.5, I think, is a good look. In this game, maybe a little Spurs first half money line at plus 190 or a team total over. I think with the Spurs can work too. I want to figure out what I want to approach with this game, though.
Am I the only crazy one that thinks the Spurs can win outright?
I think the Spurs win outright.
I think the Spurs can win outright. I said I like the big dog in this card. What's a better parlay killer in the NBA today? Because how many people are going to set up a 14 parlay of Nuggets, Celtics, Bucks, and Clippers? Those are the big favorites on the card. What could possibly go wrong? I think the Spurs might be your parlay killer. I like them plus the 8. I think they have a shot to win this one outright. Why are we so high on the Clippers? I'm still not buying them. And I have good reason not to. 4-7 this year. How about the road record, Nick? 0-6 on the road. 1-5 against the spread. Guess what you need to do in order to cover an 8-point spread, Nick?
Win the game.
You have to win the game. No, give me the Spurs. I'm on the Spurs today. I know they're not good either. They're 1-6 at home, 2-5 against the spread at home. This is me fading the James Harden Clippers, who are 1-6 since he's gotten there. And last game they barely beat Houston. So, not buying it. Give me the Clippers. The Spurs in this one.
Let's get a little weird in this game. The two spots that I said I kind of like, I'm going to pull the trigger on both of them here. And I'm not going to play anything crazy. I'm just going to play the regular stuff here because I realize the money lines in the NBA are not usually my friends. But I will take the Spurs first half plus 4.5 because I don't trust them full game. Especially with the way the Clippers are full game or in the third quarter. And we've seen the Spurs collapse plenty of times as well. I'm also going to take the Spurs team total over 111.5 because I do lean over in this game. And I could see this game going way over. And would it surprise anybody if this game finishes 135 to 115? Like something like that? Because the Spurs don't play any defense? That's my main worry in this game as well. So Spurs first half plus 4.5 for me, and the Spurs team total over 111.5 for me as well.
Okay, yeah, I like the Spurs. I just want to. I realistically think they can win this game. So, Spurs are a good first quarter team, first half team at home. See the stat last. Yeah, they are a very solid first half team. And if I end up losing it because of it, I may grab them first quarter, first half. I might trifecta the Spurs tonight. The thing, yeah, maybe we'll see. True. Would never put the Clippers on a parlay. Well, you got to think of all the degenerates that are going to end up putting all the big money lines on a parlay.
Because there's no way it loses.
Facts. Let's head to the last game, which I almost bet, but I didn't.
Yeah, we have the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. The Golden State Warriors 7-point home favorites with a total of 220 in this game. Line opened up at a 7. It's still a 7. Line opened up at a 221. It is down to a 220. 1 point line movement towards the under. 30% of the tickets and 92% of the cash is on the under, which explains the line movement down. 84% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the Rockets in this game. Very public dog. Which I'm not surprised. The Rockets have been very good this year.
Yeah.
And my number for this game was 5.5. So I do think this line is a little wide. Is it enough for me to pull the trigger? No. Pretty plain and simple there. This could be an interesting under, though, this game. Because the Rockets, I believe, have been playing a little bit better of defense this season. They are 3-8 over under. Here's an interesting little back and head-to-head with this matchup. The Warriors have won 10 in a row against the Rockets, or the last 10 games against the Rockets. I don't know about previous before that because that's all cover shows. Is 10 straight wins for the Warriors, but they've covered in 7 of them, and the under is hit in 7 of 10. I think this line is way too low. I think this is way too low. Or way too high, my bad. I thought this total was going to be lower. I'm going to look at this under in this game.
I leaned Warriors just because you get a Rockets team that's 0-4 on the road. Rockets have been a really good home team, not really a big good road team. Although the Rockets, you look at what they've done the past 7 games, right? 7 games? 8 games? 8 games. They have covered or pushed in all 8. So they've been a very nice team to a lot of people. But I'm also not touching the Warriors because they're 1-6 at home. So there's a lot of things that kind of contradicted themselves in this. So it ended up making me stay away from this game. So pass, but good luck to everybody betting it.
I took the under 220 at -114.
Good luck to you. That is all of the games for today. We'll go quickly back to the chat. One more. Leonard, under 23.5. I like it. 6-point teaser, Golden State, and with Denver, possibly the Bucks. Oh, they didn't get the first half? Wow. Oakland's back up 9. Fuck. That's no fun. I may lose both of those. Cool. It is what it is. I'm going to take those risks. We'll go ahead, head to a little bit of
housekeeping.
If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. The big 4 are YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. I just uploaded all the videos to TikTok, so make sure you guys are checking those out. And leaving a like on those, following over there. We're trying to grow the TikTok. I know I'm putting some time into it now, so if you guys are interested in all that. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the channel, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. I did not put out the card yet for today's card games. I apologize on that one. I thought I did. I didn't. Luckily, none of the college basketball games on the site have started yet. So there we go. I'll go ahead and post those up on the YouTube channel. And then if you guys are interested, you guys can hop on that. Recap time for me. I'm on the Florida Panthers. I'm on the New York Rangers and the LA Kings puck line, along with the under Monday Night Football game. I like the Timberwolves, Kings, and Spurs today. Nick?
Yeah. In the NFL, first half full game under. That's it. In the NHL, Bruins, Panthers, Avalanche team total over 3.5, full game over 6, Kings -1. In the NBA, Washington Wizards +10, New Orleans, Sacramento under 237, Miami, Chicago over 208.5, San Antonio Spurs first half +4.5, team total over 111.5, and then I just bet the Golden State game under the total as well. Golden State and Houston under 220.
There you go. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Good luck, guys.